Hi, I'm back. How are y'all? It's been a minute since I've been live on this channel. I've been busy all weekend and now I'm back. So, how was everyone's Valentine's Day? I hope it was good. Hope you got what you wanted. Y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. Hit the like button for me, please. Thank you. So, we're going to be talking about how wife is the queen of the throne to a man. To a man. So, yay. So the thing is, a lot of ladies want to know how to get him to marry you or how to make him want you as a wife and blah 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 blah. Well, men see a wife as the queen of their throne, okay? A queen, not a maid, not a servant, not someone who is always angry not a mother, not someone who is a boss that's trying to rule their lives, but a queen. Um, a lot of ladies mistake being a girlfriend or wife as for being a mother, a boss, and a tyrant, or a doormat. No. Um, Men are looking for that one that represents them and who they can walk with proud on their arm in front of anybody and everybody. Okay. So there's a big combination of things that most men look for if they're looking for a wife and not a Barbara the Builder or a partner to go 50-50. I'm not talking about 50-50 partners. I'm not talking about Barbara the Builders. I'm talking about a woman they would like to provide for. Okay. So just understand what they look for. They look for someone who can represent them, who they're not ever going to be embarrassed of, who they feel is the type of woman who is not going to, try to rule over them or be their mother or, be a doormat to where they feel like they don't have anyone to, feel like they can they can talk to about certain things and just get a yes answer, all the time. They don't need that. They need someone that can, represent them and also talk to them and things like that to make them feel a certain way about themselves. So if you're not that type of woman, they're not going to see you as a wife. You may be beautiful. They might see you as a booty call. They may see you as a girlfriend, but the wife is different. So a man has to see you as a wife. Am I on the right channel? Oh yeah, I definitely am on the right channel. I meant to put this on Shira Star Goddess. Yes. Because this goes into the information that I would like to share with you, especially if you're women. This is the information that I would like to share with you, and men can listen to. It doesn't matter. This I wanted it to go on this channel because of a lot of things that are playing out right now with the agenda that is playing out for people who can pick up on it to really pick up on it. Okay. So the agenda, I'm going to tell you what the agenda is. The agenda is to create a stable household, but through tough love. So you're gonna see a lot of couples posting pictures, like famous couples or whatever. They're always gonna be posting pictures together as a couple. If you notice, a lot of people are running to get married these days when they're famous, like especially if they're of age. They're not really staying that single anymore. They want to hurry to get a husband, hurry to get a wife, because that is what they're pushing at this moment. It's you need a partner, wife, husband, or whatever. So the reason that they're pushing this and the reason that um, it's so strong is because if no one sees you as a wife, if no one wants to wife you, now this goes into the esoteric aspect of it. If no one wants to marry you or wife you, you don't deserve certain blessings. If you think about like in the biblical sense, how it says, oh, you are dressed as a bride to receive their bridegroom in order to receive the blessings or whatever. So certain people that are, not wife material will not necessarily be left out, but this is just in general. Most people who aren't seen or desired or can be made a wife will not get bestowed the blessings upon them because they are unable to be seen as a wife. That this is how it goes. I don't know why. This is just how they believe. It's not my personal belief. This is just what I'm seeing. Okay, this is what I'm decoding. If no one wants to wife you, then you are forced to look in the mirror. You are being forced to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out what you need to do in order to become the type of wife that a man will say, okay, I want her as a wife, the type of woman. Okay. Now that does not mean being somebody's maid or, doing whatever. It means for them to treat you the way you want to be treated. Okay. So that's what the agenda is right now. That's why if you look on Instagram or any social media, all you're going to see when you look up the celebrities who are married is them posing together because they're being told to push the image of marriage, 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 marriage. Now there are some people in that are supposed to be single for a reason because what they represent, but in the larger aspects, they're making this marriage thing almost trendy so that you can get wifed up. And in order to get wifed up, you must transform and act a certain way and have a certain sense of pride and have a certain dignity about yourself and a certain control of emotion. So that is a quick roundabout way to get someone in check and in line quick, fast, and in a hurry to get them to be wifed. Because if you want to get married, a man is usually not going to marry a woman who is, over emotional, unruly, out there in the streets doing A, B, C, and D. So this is why they're pushing the marriage thing because it's too hard to focus on every type of individual and say, well, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to stop doing this. You're making these people look bad. That's why, you're the butt of a joke. Da, da, da. So the fastest, quickest, easiest way to get people in line quick, fast, and in a hurry is to get them married. Now, this might not work for everyone, but they're trying to get people married so that they can rise in their frequency faster and leave behind, the stuff that is not going to benefit them. So, right. There are men even fiending for marriage all of a sudden, right? Because they keep seeing the example being pushed over and over. And that's a good thing because they're seeing like when certain things happen to celebrities or whatever, their wife in the celebrity world will always stick by them. Their wife will always stick by them. And that is something that a lot of single men don't have. And so they're pushing that agenda to stick by your man, stand by your man, no matter what. Da, da, da. So a man can also then say, well, if I make a mistake, I can be forgiven. That's not the end of the world. Da, da, da. Because look at them, look at them, look at them. And so they're pushing this to make sure that people, better themselves in order to be accepted as a wife or a husband. Men too. So if in order to get married, you got to be a decent man, you got to be a decent woman. And when I say they, I mean the people that are pushing agendas to society. Okay. And they're pushing that to raise you up to a certain standard. Okay. Because it's also a fact that if you are married, it's a fact that you earn more money. Your income increases, your household income increases. Plus, you could, get a tax break. But it's a way to also create responsibility where there was none before. It's also a way to create family and structure. And also, it's a way to uplift images that were once torn down. Right. So if you keep watching and looking at how they're really pushing this marriage thing, or at least relationship thing, like couple thing, you're going to see that it's being pushed to help upgrade the image of many people who have a low image at this time. Okay. So you got to make sure you're being pushed to the next level in yourself. That's why I have my other channel, my Level Up channel, because the point for that channel is to make sure that you're even able to be considered, a wife or appropriate, and not just think you can just come any old type of way, because men are visual. We know that. Men are very visual beings. So we have to keep that in mind too. And we can't be upset and angry all the time. What type of feminine characteristic is anger? You know, that all the time is not something that a man looks for. If you're very negative, if you're always looking for something, if you're very angry all the time, as a wife, men don't want to come home to you. Okay. They don't want to come. They won't come home. So you got to understand, if you're not able to get a husband, attract a man, keep a man, that's why they're pushing this agenda, because it betters you as a person to have to control yourself enough to be in a successful relationship. If you can't control yourself and your emotions and the way you think and how negative or positive you are, no one is going to stick around you. So this is a fast, easy way to help your spirituality as well. Because if you're in control of yourself, if you don't run a man off or a woman off, if you're a man, then obviously you have some type of self-control, responsibility, and accountability. Okay. And this is hard to teach people without having it put in their lives on a daily basis. So this is why all the marriage and couple stuff is being pushed online, and why people's stereotypical image is also being tarnished, because it's almost like as if they're trying to push you in a direction to better yourselves, to become accountable and desirable to, a man, a husband, to society, to this, and that. It's lifting you up to a certain point to where you belong. Okay. So we have to understand that, and we can't go around. I know a lot of women go around getting mad. Oh, well, he's talking about this type of woman. He's talking about black women. They don't stand up for us. They're not going to stand up for someone they wouldn't wife. A man is only liable to stand up for his woman, his wife, his family. That's it. And if he does not see you as a wife type or a family type, like, that's not my wife, that's not my girlfriend, I don't have anything to say about that, because I don't agree with how that person is, how they treat this person, how angry they are. I can't get with that. So if you want to be represented as a whole, then as a whole, you must be desirable wife material, and to where someone will say, "Wait a minute, now that's like my woman you're talking about. That's like my wife you're talking about." No, you can't say that. Oh no, because if they're talking about some ratchet chick with a bonnet on their head with house shoes on, no one is going to step in for that. Nobody. And that's just the honest truth. They're going to be ashamed. They're like, "Ooh," because they're embarrassed. You know. So this is why I was reluctant to cover a topic like this on this channel. This is more for my, other type of channel. But I think this channel, we were following all the Instagrams and stuff like that. And a lot of the ladies who are upset about the Oprah and Gail thing, and, oh, well, are we not going to take up for black men because they don't take up for black women? But here's the thing. There are people that are like, okay, well, why? You got to ask the questions. You have to ask the hard questions. You have to look at the mirror at it. Why won't they? Okay. So this is why I was reluctant to do this. We have to ask why. Why? Like Michael Jackson said, why? Why? So we have to ask ourselves why. Right. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for speaking on this subject, right? So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example, and you guys might have saw this if you were on Instagram. Thank you, Digital Realm, Sprinkle. Um, Remember after the whole Kobe incident and Snoop Dogg incident, and all the women were like, "I'm not going to support anybody who doesn't support me," and they were all upset at Snoop and whatever. Well, as soon as the whole thing blew over and he apologized to Gail, do you see what he posted on his Instagram? He was posting unfavorable like pictures of black women, or making fun of just anybody basically, but he was putting them on blast. And basically he was basically saying, okay, well, y'all don't stand up for Kobe, y'all don't stand up for your own kind, and y'all are always upset and mad. Let me just go ahead and make you even madder, you know because that a lot of these things are tests to see where your attitude and mental is before things are given to you in abundance. And this is how this system works. It's not about like the government or anything. This is about influence. This is like, who are we going to give the influence to next? So that's the one of the reasons why all the beauty queens this year were you melanated beauty queens, because they were trying to send you a message. Beautiful, not smart, not you know strong, but beauty. They were pushing the beauty thing because they are saying, look, you're beautiful. Every one of you are beautiful in all different types, because there was different types of women, different shades that won all those crowns. So what they're saying is, look to your beauty, look to how you look, care about yourself, love yourself, get on the high level that you deserve so you can be pushed up. Okay. Beauty is power. Beauty is magic. Beauty is influence. If you want that position, if you want the throne, you have to go and get it, which means you have to love yourself. You have to put in the effort, the work, the energy. And no matter what you begin with, you can always be the best version of yourself, you know. So they want women to really consider taking themselves to the next level as far as the eye. Okay. So we got to put that up there, and to a classy level, not a ratchet level, but, and maybe if you can get in between, maybe, I don't know, but just higher than that. Okay. Right. So beauty can be dangerous too, of course, but still, you still have a throne. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to go to the opposite side of this. Like, if you want to stay ugly, I don't care. But I'm trying to tell y'all that this is what is being pushed for women to level up their looks so that they can get this crown, this throne, because someone else is going to get it, or someone else has it and keeps getting it over and over, because many women won't put in the effort or the work. And just as much work as you do on the inside spiritually, it needs to also come out physically. You got to put in that, especially if you're young. I mean, if you're old and you've already been married, had kids, whatever, you're good, baby. Just stay looking decent and respectable. But if you're young, and and you're representing, a group of women, then you must represent properly. Okay. Thank you, cursed milagros, sprinkle. Okay. So that's why I try to help women get to that next level as far as self-esteem, confidence, and looks on my other channel, because I feel that it's very important, whether you think so or not. It's very important. Very important. Okay. hmm um Looks are very important. Just saying. I mean, a man wants you to represent them and all the hard work that they're going to do for you. They at least deserve to come on to something that look decent. I'm just saying. If they're at work all day looking at some other chick that looks 10 times better than you, and then you come home and you still like looking crazy, like you just got out of the bed, or, looking dragged or whatever, they're going to compare you. You got to keep that up. Okay. Most women do this. Most women do this. And it's being pushed to that level in social media, as far as to even point fingers and, you know, um, be evil about certain things because of a certain type of agenda. Now, if they're targeting a lot of women, but it's only to push your self esteem to a level so high that it does not ever bother you. Because when your self esteem is on a certain level, a goddess level, a queen level, nothing that any peasant says who's beneath you matters. And you keep doing you as far as how you choose. Okay. Hmm. Right. I feel my age 39 is against me. Then don't feel that way, because I'm 40. It ain't against me. Okay. I mean, even if I were single, I'd still think that I had a great chance, because I would marry somebody a little bit older. Go for somebody older. Now, like I say on my other channel. Okay. Not everybody's going to want to marry someone their own age anyway. So you're in luck, especially if you're a woman. Um, hmm Your crush calls you dude and you friend zoned? Are you? Oh, okay. Are you a dude? Well, women are picky too, They expect certain things in a husband type material too. So y'all know what that is. Hmm. What's my favorite celeb marriage? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite one. I don't really have a favorite one, because to me, a lot of them are not perfect and nowhere close to perfect. And I mean, I would just have to look through them. I say the ones that have been married the longest I admire, because they stuck it out. That's real. They stuck it out. It's not for, a lot of these celebs were married before, these people were even famous, or a lot of them were already married but didn't take the spotlight with their husband. So I think a lot of them that are older and have lasted a long time are the ones that I admire the most, because you have to really have some emotional control to be with someone that long in the public, knowing that people are always constantly after them and A, B, C, and D. So yeah. Um, but the thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, okay, so there was a commercial that led me to this. And remember when I said that there was some code being dropped that a lot of people were going to get upset about? Well, it was a Foot Locker commercial. And y'all remember that Foot Locker commercial that was talking about best week ever? Had a lot of, hidden information in it. Well, there was another commercial about a man, and he was like hiring people to work with him or to work with his company. And basically, the information that I extracted from that video was this man, he was a black man. Basically, what he said was he was basically not giving, he still loved black women, but he needs something that is going to give him drive and passion to get to the next level and advance his business life, whatever. So that's what they're pushing now in this new agenda. That you may love someone, but if they don't invoke passion in you or desire, you have to go and find someone who does. And so I'll post that video later on after this in the community section, but I'll get the name of it. But that's basically what it's saying in code, that if you don't bring me any type of passion or desire, I can't do anything for you. I won't want to marry you. You're just, I love you like a sister type thing. But I got to go to where I'm driven to the next level, to where a woman makes me want to get out of my bed in the morning and go do more and bring and be a better man and A, B, C, and D, not just the bare minimum, you know. So they're pushing this and they're saying wherever you can go to get what you need to get, then that's what you need to do. They're pushing this agenda because a lot of people are what? Bill Cosby? Right. Because a lot of people aren't putting in the effort. You went on a second date, he paid for everything except my parking ticket. He mixed feelings about it. Is this a deal breaker? Girl, I don't know. I'm trying to speak on the spiritual aspect of this whole thing. But I don't know. Maybe he didn't have any cash. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But I don't know. I mean, that's something you're gonna have to figure out. But I don't know. I just don't feel that is going on this channel today. But maybe he didn't have any cash. That's all I can say. Okay, so yeah, they're pushing these men to go after different types of women because they don't get the type of desire that other men are getting, so they can't compete. You see, so if a black man gets up in the morning, he doesn't have the same drive and desire to go out and get it because he doesn't desire his woman, and his woman does not give him, passion or anything, and he's not attracted to her, then he's going to be less likely to earn more money or be motivated to earn more money because he does not have a woman that pushes his drive. You see, so it's very important for us to start putting in more effort in how we look, our bodies, our looks, our everything. Because if without us, they have no drive, which is why they have to go into other. Oh, hold on, did I miss something? Yeah, I saw that one. That's why they're being pushed into interracial dating. And even though they try to tell you this in their own way, it's more scientific and spiritual than their mere words. It's basically, I don't feel anything. I'm not motivated with you. You're not enough. You're just not enough. You got to do way more. I gotta be turned on. Men work in a different way than women work. It's like if they don't see you as something desirable, they're not going to desire you or want to do anything for you on the level that they would for someone else that they desire. So, in order to be desired, you must love yourself first, take care of yourself to the highest that you can, and invoke that passion. Remember, we talked about the passion of the Christ, the passion of the Christos. If you have passion and desire for something, it doesn't even have to be a person. If you have passion and desire for a topic, a subject, a career, it's going to push you further. It won't even seem like work if you love to do it. Like I love my channel. I love to do YouTube. That's one of my passions, especially on the spiritual channel. It doesn't even seem like work. So if you have a passion for something, it won't seem like, working and bringing home this type of money, or it won't seem like any problems in the relationship because you have so much passion for this person, and it drives you to the next level that it's the greatest relationship in your mind that you've ever had. So when a man has passion for something, or when a woman has passion for something, because this goes both ways, then they put more energy into it and it's more rewarding for everybody. And that's why you see a gap. That's why you see a financial gap in married people, single people, and of different races, because a lot of men are more passionate about their spouse than some other men. If your husband or your significant other has not made more money since they've been with you or married, it's because you don't inspire them. Because that's what the woman does. She inspires the man. Okay. Um, Right. Not motivate, but inspire just by being there, just by him, that man, or being passionate about. Yeah. So that's why I really didn't want to cover this topic, because I felt like on this channel it was a little bit controversial, because my other channel would have been fine, you know. But this channel is, a little bit different. So I feel that this message was being played up to that level. And you have like all the celebrity women who are like always makeup, beautiful hair, clothes and stuff like that. And all these images are put out there for a reason, not for you to be like them, but for you to aspire to your best self, you know? Right. Um, right. And also, a lot of women are insecure because they know that they don't put in that effort, and it's very easy to lose a man if you're not putting in effort. It's very easy to be insecure whenever they leave the house, because they know everybody you see gonna look better, you know? So that's why you got to look better than anybody that they go out and look at. Or you got to try to look better than anybody that, that person's going to be around. You have to try your hardest. You got to put in that effort, because they don't have passion to go out and do what they need to do, if when they think about you, they shudder or they smile and want to rush back home, then, you got to make sure that you're doing your part. And the whole thing with holding up the divine masculine so that the uh, energy can come down to the divine feminine. When you hold up the divine masculine, then you are supported. You are cared for. They will protect you because you're holding them up. Why wouldn't they? But they have to desire to hold you up. That's the point that most people miss. They don't just hold you up because they want to. No, because they have to. They hold you up because they want to. Everything is free will. Remember that. Free will. They don't have to hold you up unless they want to. And if they don't desire you and if they don't want you, they don't have to hold you up, because they don't want to be represented by, someone who doesn't care for themselves, love themselves, and don't have any dignity or pride about themselves. They're not going to want to represent that to any extent. So they're not going to do that. They're not going to want to be associated with it, because um, some of them may be like, well, I don't really want to be associated with that because that's not what I desire. They don't represent me. That's not the type of woman I want. So you have to represent yourself as desirable and wife material for anyone to feel as if they need to come to your rescue, and speak up for you, or, protect you in a certain way. Because if they don't see you as a someone that they would wife, or even be attracted to, they're not going to take up for you. That's just how men are, and that's just it. Women are more maternal. Women will take up for other people with maternal instinct. Okay. Maternal. So a man will take up for a woman because of, protective. If the woman is younger, it could be fatherly, but if the woman is close to the same age, it's going to be husbandly. Okay. So you have to make sure that you're going to get that type of response of desire or passion when you expect someone to, respond to you the way that you want them to respond. Um, Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say is toxic or not. This is what it is. It don't matter if it's wrong or right. This is just how it is. And that's why I said a lot of things that I'm saying in this video really should have been put on my other channel, but the message is being put out spiritually now. When they're putting things out spiritually and subliminally, they're trying to help mold something to the next level as far as frequency is concerned. Okay. Also, now I hope anyone doesn't take offense to this. Like, if you're, the better you look, the higher you make someone else's frequency by looking at you. That's why they have art and sculpture and creativity, because it raises your frequency. So if you sit over there looking at somebody ugly, it's going to lower your frequency. If you're sitting there looking at someone who doesn't take care of themselves or doesn't put in any effort, your vibration is going to sink if you just stay looking at them like, I got to get out of here. I got to go watch some movies. A lot of women ask, well, why does my man always watch these type of movies or porn or whatever? Because you ugly. Because you need to do something with yourself. Because you're not invoking passion in him. And I'm not talking about sexual passion. I'm just talking about just normal passion, like, being proud to go out and be seen in public with you. Hold your hand walking down the street. You hold his chest out when he walks next to you. Do you represent him? Do people think he's a lucky man? If you can't do that, then they're not going to be looking for you. They're not going to be looking at you either. And yeah, that's why I said the truth hurts. And y'all know when I start to talking, I don't hold back. So that's why I was reluctant to do this. And it's forcing you to look into a mirror. What are you desirable? Who will want to come to your rescue? If a bunch of women, just put this out there, if a bunch of women were screaming and hollering and whatever, and who would get saved first? Because if you don't invoke desire in anybody, then they're not gonna want to save you, because if they save you, they might want something from you later. Might or might not, but they might think there's a chance. So they're not gonna save the unattractive woman or the woman who they don't get passion from or desire. They're gonna save the woman that they desire. So this is what's being pushed for us to become very desirable, not trashy, not ratchet, but desirable in all those ways combined into a classier image. Okay. So that's why you see a lot of these celebrities upholding this, you know, um, passion, like aesthetic with like sexiness, but classiness at the same time, but not too, cut, you're not too prude or whatever, but just enough to get that attention. That's what is being pushed. And I feel that, yeah, I know I'm on the right channel. Yes, I'm on a spiritual channel. Yeah. So that's why it's being pushed in the agenda in the media, um, and the type of women that celebrities are, wifing or having kids with and stuff like that. They're being, pushed all over Instagram and things like that, saying, "Oh, this is my wife. This is, you know, get with the woman, and you'll be pushed to the next level. If you get some level of protection as well. You're not out there acting crazy with everybody. You're less likely to get in trouble." Notice that celebrities that are married are less likely to get into any scandals or in trouble or out there doing the wrong things. They're less likely to get targeted. So it's almost like you're less likely to fail if you do get married. And so they're trying to push this because it's going to push a lot of people to the next level without doing individualized work on each person, because a marriage forces you to work on your own self. So that's why the agenda of marriage and coupling and settling down, having a family is being pushed even with young people. So right. So here's another example. Like if you follow Gabrielle Union on Instagram, like she's always posting with Dwayne. Always. Like every time she get a new outfit on, she's posting with him. Same thing with like Sierra and Russell Wilson. Like they're always posting this couple, because that's what they're being told to push. J Lo and A Rod, yes, because they're being told to push the couple thing, because they want everyone to be coupled up so that they can improve themselves. Because a marriage will force you to level up on yourself, inside and out, especially if you want to keep them interested. So yes. It's a nicer way of saying what Bill Cosby was trying to say a long time ago. Y'all need to get yourselves together. So pushing marriage will do that in a nutshell. Right. Boot up. And Beyonce and Jay-Z, they are always, they did a whole album together, the Carters. They're always taking photos together and, being the representing, couples and whatever. But it's not that you must aspire to be like them. It just pushing the marriage idea and not to be like a baby mama anymore. Don't strive to be that. It's not okay to be that because that means you're not good enough to marry, and then therefore you're not desirable enough to be a queen on a throne. Therefore, you will never get your place in society either if can't even get your place in the household. You see? So there's levels to it, right? Okay. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we've watched celebrities go through a lot of crazy stuff on media, cheating, mental breakdowns, A, B, C, and D. But they were basically telling you guys, look, they stuck by their man, so you supposed to stick by yours, and A, B, C, and D. So it might not have been something that they wanted to do, but if you think about what marriage is, it's to make you stronger as an individual as well as a couple. So just because you get married does not mean you become perfect all of a sudden, right? Just because you sign a marriage license and say I do does not mean you are perfect. So it's also teaching you forgiveness. Think of all the things that a marriage will teach you instead of having to read 1,000 million books and learn how to forgive and learn how to focus on, balancing your emotion. If you want to do all of that, go get married. Okay. And you can work on all those things at the same time every day. Believe me. So that's why they're pushing it. But not everyone is going to want to, get married or whatever. But that's why I'm saying if you don't take your position, someone else will take it in society. So they're paralleling marriage to society. Okay. They're paralleling, if you can't take your throne, then we're going to give it away to someone else. Um, they're going to give your throne away, and that's just going to be that. And if you can't ever claim it or if you can't ever reclaim it or claim it again, then that is your own fault. It's just what they're trying to push. It's your fault you can't claim your own throne, and someone else is going to take it away from you. So, um, right. How do I not feel objectified while owning my huh? Objectified? Well, if you feel that way, then maybe you should be neutral gendered if you don't want to, do any of that. Because I feel that if you understand your power as a feminine woman, that should be no problem. You know, you are in charge of that. You can't be objectified unless you allow yourself to be objectified. You should not feel that way just by expressing that part of you. Your sensuality. Right. Right. Step into your power. Exactly. So, and a lot of ladies have taken on masculine traits and are very masculine, and it actually repels men. So, if you are a masculine woman, if you talk loud, if you yell, if you curse a lot, if you argue all the time, if you're always upset and angry, you're actually repelling men because that energy, masculine energy, is only attracted to feminine energy if they're heterosexual. So if you are acting more masculine than you are feminine, and you wonder why your man is not coming back around or calling you or always, out there, it's because you're not feminine enough for him. It's just science. It's just what he desires. So you have to understand that. Someone asked for your cash app. Oh, thank you. I'll type it in. Appreciate that. So it's Shira 7 with a dollar sign in front of it, capital S, capital R, capital S. I put it in there. Thank y'all. I should put that in my description. But yeah, it's just the magic of you know, self work is too hard to kind of put out there. And the best, easiest, fastest way to do it is to push the marriage issue. So, do y'all have any questions? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Marriage is just a symbol of your divine masculine and divine feminine energy merging. Yep, that's true. The Markapa between a man and woman is just an outward expression of that. That's true. And it's the fastest way to get yourself on track and in line as an individual as well. Um, hmm right. Right. Orlando. What? Kylie Jenner, all due respect, but Ashura has new lips. Yeah, I do what I do what I need to do to look good. Okay, I'd rather look like this than somebody's maid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, you can't afford it. You know, a lot of men do not like certain looks because they can't maintain them. And they're afraid that their woman goes out and another man with more will scoop them up. If you know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be on your level. Just saying. If you don't like how I look, I'm not for you. Point blank. And this is another thing that, like I said, it's the same with guys. You got to get your money up. That's I talk about that on my other channel. If you can't get the type of woman that makes you have desire in order to get your money up, well, you with the wrong one. You know, if you would like to be the feminine aspect of the relationship, where the woman is the masculine one and you are the feminine one, that's fine as long as it works for both of you guys. But some women aren't attracted to men who are insecure and fear losing their woman due to, you know, certain things. So I can't. Like I can't understand why a man also is insecure the same as a woman is insecure because she don't look like she wants to look and he doesn't earn how he wants to earn. And that's just how it is. So everyone has work to do. That's why I said a marriage will get you together. A marriage will get you together quick. Okay? Because most guys won't even commit or marry to a woman because they already know that's not the type of woman they really want. Some men just want a roommate, and they'll sit there and roommate with you for 10 years, have your kids and stuff, you know, have kids with you, but they will never marry you because they're always waiting for that better one to come along, or they're raised to come along so they can go do better. And we know that. And so men who always say, well, you don't need to look this way or look that way, it means that they really can't afford for you to look that way. They can't afford to lose you if they invest the little bit they have in you, and they don't want to be outdone. So if you have a problem with what a woman looks like, are you providing for her totally 100% to tell her that she doesn't have to do a thing with her looks? Okay. Thank you, Kyla. What age do you suggest marriage? Um, I always tell don't get married. Don't get married too young, especially if you don't know the person. At least get to know them a couple of years. I just say that, and know what you want in life. And I can't. I'd say in the mid 20s and up, 25 and up. That's what I say. If you marry younger, that's fine. But I'm just saying, don't marry any um, younger than you were ready for. hmm Mm. So, is it possible that a man who has mother wounds would find it hard to appreciate a woman who operates in her feminine energy? Mother wounds. A man don't think about his mom when he has passion and desire, baby. If he thinking about his mama when he's sitting there with you, you ain't doing it for him. Okay, I'm just being honest. Y'all wanted me to be honest. Y'all wanted me to be honest. If a man is sitting there thinking about his mama while he's sitting next to you, he got mama issues. You ain't the one. You got to look better so he don't think about his mama. It's just the truth. Like, yeah, it's hard, but it's the truth. You think a man instead of sitting at a strip club thinking about his mama? No, he ain't. Why does he feel comfortable enough to think about his mama around you? That's what you need to ask yourself. Okay. Uh, what would I do at 25? Get me a man with some money. Okay. Y'all know that's what I would be doing. Okay. So, but the point is, in order for a man to fully provide for you, he has to desire you. Okay. Not lust you. Lust is quick, fast, and done in a hurry. Not lust. That's temporary passion. Sexual temporary passion. I'm talking about passion that lasts a long time. I'm talking about, your calling. This is the one, you know. I'm talking about that type. So if you can invoke that in a man, you should have no problem finding one to provide. But you got to put in the work on your half. You got to put in the work to get that man to feel that way about you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Hold on. Let me thank this person that sent me a cash app. Thank you, Shadaria Johnson. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me see what she wrote. Right. If he says he hates wigs or makeup for 10 years, Mary, oh, I'm still gonna wear them. I'm still gonna do what I do because even if he says he hated it, that means he loved it. Thank you, Kanisha Sprinkle Sprinkle. Good morning from New Zealand. He married you. He must like it. Okay. Just look at action. Don't listen to words. Look at action. If he married you and you had that makeup on, keep it on. Okay. Um. hmm He has to fall in love with your essence. That's right. Now, do I believe I can attract a particular partner to me? Um, I don't do particular. I do similar, and then I'll have to decide who's who. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Carla. She sent me a cash app. Thank you so much, sprinkle sprinkle, Carla. So yeah, I'm like, just do a general attraction, and then pick out who you like the best out of the many that will come. Right. So the point of this whole video was to take care of yourselves, make sure that you're desirable and passionate before you ask, well, why don't black men, uh, take up for black women, and why do they always make fun of us, and how come this, and that? It's because the agenda is pushing this self reflection in a harsh way, and I can tell that they're doing that because I've seen celebrities who have talked bad also post coded pictures that they still love, but they can't really say it. They have to do, what they're being told. But a lot of these celebrities, do not want to say these things. And I've actually seen proof of this. They don't want to say these things, but they're doing it to put a mirror in front of many, many people because they want you to have the throne. You know, they want you to take your place. They want you to look and become the queen and goddesses that you're supposed to become. And they want you to do that. But most people don't pay attention to positive affirmations or positive things. They only pay attention to the negative. You know, they only pay attention to the negative. And when you pay attention to the negative, it gets you fired up. It gets you angry. And you're supposed to get angry. Why do you get angry? So that you can do something about it. What do you do about it? You either change or you don't, and you stay angry. So either you change or you stay in anger. So those are the options. But they're going to push this until it's done. So If you are always asking the question, why? Because they want to see you on the throne. It's not something that now the younger, you know, dudes online who are not part of this agenda are just being influenced by the entertainers that are part of the agenda, and they're just going to follow suit and push it even further for them. And by doing this, it's also actually going to force people to want to do better, or want to level up, or want to take better care of themselves, or want to represent themselves in a certain way, or want to not care what other people think and just feel as if they are, this goddess or queen anyway. It's to put that back into you, which you had lost, or which what many have lost. Okay. hmm Um. Right. It is reverse psychology, exactly. And so the thing is that there are more women that are staying angry than that are changing and leveling up. And so that's why, you know, there's a lot of women that are just, I'm not going to support this type of person. I'm not going to support that type of person, because instead of looking within, they're looking for someone else to blame. Okay. So to take, and this is an alchemy thing too, to take full accountability of yourself, your image as a whole, well, then push a whole new level of respect, a whole new level of um, just how you're seen in the public eye. And it will take you to a whole new way of living, a whole new genre, category, tax bracket of men that are available to you. And it just will take you up so much higher than you can get from working 20 years or 40 years. You can be there quick, fast, and in a hurry if you took pride in self-love and became desirable and put passion back into the man. Right? That's alchemy. That is the alchemy of it. Um, and that's why they're pushing that really hard. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Um, I said what? You better clear what? Your YouTube history? Oh, somebody better clear their YouTube history. Black men need to stand up and wear their cross. Oh, that's another thing that I was going to discuss. And thank you for reminding me. They've been given they've been given a throne already in secret. I'm gonna tell you. You think I'm lying? Y'all know I can read them signs. Those things. They already have been given a throne. Okay. Now, the reason why they have been given their throne is because they get to pick the queen. They get to pick that in which hold them up as far as their reputation, the forgiving aspect of it, and the one who acts as a wife, or the one who acts as a loving, gentle, kind, feminine energy, the one who doesn't care about what anyone else says. That type. They're holding that type on up on a pedestal to put on a throne. Okay. They are testing with everything that's put out. They are testing and they're watching. And right after it doesn't go the correct way in the media or on social media, then they start right back with the bashing. So if you just pay close attention, if you just start paying attention. I'm gonna tell you guys, just pay very close attention. Whenever something popped up, whenever like the R. Kelly thing popped up, whenever all of this stuff popped up, they watched who has their back. They're like, nope, you know, failed again. They secretly already have the throne. And they're pretending that they don't because they're trying to see who's going to do what. And I'm not talking about regular men that are online. I'm talking about the higher ups. They've been given a lot of authority and power as to what to push, influence, and how to what to make popular and what not to make popular. Like Diddy said, we make pop what's popular. You know, he said we. That's how you know. When Diddy got up there, he said we choose what your kids like. We choose what's popular. We choose A, B, C, and D. So men in the industry, they have a lot of authority, hot and what's not. So every time that there's a test, and you know, you're representing um, what they want to be on the throne, but if you're not being queen or goddess like or feminine enough to represent a throne as a queen, then they will never put you on top. Y'all remember that song by Beyonce, Love on Top? You put my love on top. Ooh, ooh, baby. She was talking about and how she was wearing the captain's hat. So what she was saying in that song was, baby, it's you. You're the one I love. She was basically pleading her, giving her love and saying, finally, you put my love on top. She was trying to tell you guys that if you want to be on top, if you want to get the crown and the throne, what you got to do. Because there are Black men secretly in charge of what is going to be influenced. It's already been done like a while ago. And so they're watching in social media. And they're observing and they're understanding, and then they're passing it, the throne, temporarily to other people until, you know, the tests are passed. And then, you know, as far as marriage is concerned, if you can get married, then you can get the throne, is what they're saying. If you are like, if you go to Instagram and you just type in hashtag wifey, you're not going to see a lot of women of color up there. Maybe a few, but you're not going to find it. If you type in, like, just go type in the type of words that you would like to, you know, be associated with, and see if you're associated with them. You know, this is trying to push you to the next level for yourselves and for them, you know, because in order to rule, in order to have the throne, in order to have the most influence, you need both male and female. Okay. So if they cannot make you their queen, they're going to make someone similar to you their queen. And that's just what it has to be temporarily until they figure out how you're going to be pushed to that level, or if you'll get there on your own. I don't know. But, you know, that's what they're doing. So don't feel some type of way about it. Just understand that they're pushing you harder to become that in which you're supposed to be, and to take over the throne. So take it over. Okay? Not to get angry. Anger solves nothing. Just think about this for 2 seconds. What does anger do? Does anger put you on a throne? Anger don't put you on a throne. Sure doesn't. Anger puts nobody on the throne. What anger does is make you look worse, and make you seem worse, and make you seem less desirable. So they're going to give you a scenario. They're going to put out some bad things and mean things and say bad things. But if you deserve a position of royalty, if you deserve to be the influence, then how are you going to influence the masses when you're always angry and upset? You know, how are you going to influence the masses when you tear down your own? How are you going to influence the masses when you fight amongst other women because of, what's being pit against you? So they can't have that representing their throne. If y'all don't believe me, go watch the Foot Locker commercial, the greatest week ever. Whenever you see a black woman, just pay attention. Whenever you see a black woman on the commercial, they give her the white shoes. The white shoes represents no blessing. You haven't been married yet. You haven't been christened by the Christos. You haven't been given your throne. Go watch that Foot Locker commercial, the best week ever, and pay attention to the woman's shoes. The women's shoes and what they say around the shoe part. So you have I think two or three black women on that commercial, and they all get the plain white shoes. Then you have this other one. She kind of look mixed or Latino or something. And she says, oh, this is the new icon, something, something. And they're like all colorful. So what she's saying is they're going to put this type of woman on a throne, iconic, because, and whatever. That's why she was beating the zombie off, because the zombie represented that in which throne she would be taking over. So y'all need to watch that. And also that one with the latest Foot Locker commercial is the one you need to watch. That I was telling you about, that guy saying, passion and desires with A, B, C, D. But he was saying it in a way as far as as in a business, but he was speaking about women. So, right. That's why you have Drake and Chris Brown and Rihanna was wearing white, waiting on their blessings. And then you saw them in color, or like Rihanna just posted a picture where she has on orange and then blue shoes. That means that those are the Archangel Michael colors. That blue, that cobalt blue, and that sun orange. So she had those on. So after you get your influence, your blessing, your sprinkle, your pass to the top, then your shoes are color. How Cardi B was up there to talk about these is bloody shoes. These are red bottoms. These expensive. These is bloody shoes. So what she was saying is she was finna take the throne, and they put her in there. The industry put her in there to try to push, the throne to be, taken seriously, to be reclaimed. But that's what a lot of her music is about. Like her beef is not really with Nicki. They're just pit against each other so it doesn't look obvious, And a lot of people have fake beef because they don't want to seem obvious of who and what type of people they're really talking to, or what group of people they're talking to. So they'll make a fake beef so it doesn't seem like they're talking to a specific group of people. You see, so you just have to be very observant to see these kind of things. Mm-hmm. Right. And you're welcome. I think that if most people understood and knew what was being pushed, there would be less confusion and more understanding and action taking place rather than anger that solves nothing. And I feel that if most people understood and knew this, it would be easier and less of a, taking things personally. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And there's another thing, like if you're gonna be the epitome of a certain type of influence, you can't be over emotional. You just can't be. You know, if you're gonna represent on the highest level, you have to be in order. That's it. You can't be all over the place. You can't be a bad example. You can't be like that. Your mama can't show up to your school in a bonnet with a nightgown and holes and slippers in it. We can't do that. And you can't go to Walmart in your pajamas and a bonnet anymore. You can't do that. Okay? You have to represent a throne. And if you're not representing a throne, you can't have it. It's very important that this is being pushed out and on this spiritual level at this time, because you know so many people are like, oh yeah, it's our time, it's our time. Look, as soon as I pull up Instagram, they must be spying on me. As soon as I say, oh, it's my time, it's my time, it ain't your time unless you can claim a throne, unless you can claim, queen. It's not your time. So that's also very important. Inner work as well as outer work, you have to do both. If there's no in between, you know. Right. How can guys not see it? I don't know. It's just, look, if you just go on, let me see. Let me prep. Let me see. Now, okay, so y'all know, okay, so Chris Brown has a daughter and a baby mama or whatever, but you know, uh, he posting all he's posting up his kids and his baby mama on his thing, and plus like a few of his artworks and stuff. But if you notice that lately, all he's been posting was his children, his baby mother, his artwork, and some basketball stuff, and Michael Jackson stuff. So he is also trying to tell something, even though he's probably not officially married, but he's basically putting all this out. So it's known who he's with. And then you have, well, we said Drake represented Set. So he doesn't have any women on his Instagram because Set is like the loner on the third wheel. If you go look at Drake, he hardly has women on his account at all. There's no women on there. It's all men. Look, think I'm lying? Look. Because he represents Set. And I thought, I think I had made a mistake, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm not sure because, like, he finally posted another picture of himself and he has on the white shoes. So he never got it either. So someone else got it, and I think it was like someone else, maybe Snoop or something. But he still had on his white shoes and he's not married and all he have. I know he has a child and stuff like that, but he never posts or anything. It's all men on his thing. Um yeah, he's single. He don't put his baby on there. And you know what? The song that he made, I listened to it again, the leaked song that I said was about flooding. Um a lot of songs have multiple layers, and I found another layer in that song. And that song is about how he regrets and he was upset that he made a child with the woman he made the child with. He was upset about making a child with that woman. He's talking about his child. Like, I should have put you where no one could find you. Katy, Texas, Dallas, Texas. Katy means pure. Texas means ally or friend. I should have put you in a you melanated woman. And then Dallas, it also means waterfall or waterfall field. I should have put you in the water, that represents you melanin. So he was upset because, the woman that he did get pregnant was totally by accident. He did not want to impregnate her. He wanted, like, he was always after Nicki Minaj or Rihanna or whatever. He wanted his child to be born through a Black woman. And so he was mad at himself for that. And that's also what the Michael Jackson song meant. Don't matter to me. If you listen to it, just listen to it again. He's mad at himself, and Michael Jackson is basically the voice of like the mother energy or whatever. And he's saying, I should have did this. I should have, he was mad at himself. That's why he doesn't post. He doesn't post because he was supposed to get the blessings. He was supposed to get all this, but he messed up on that aspect. Okay, and then if you look at Chris Brown, I guess he was, I don't know if he was rubbing it in Drake's face or whatnot, because he posted, I'll show you this. He posted this picture of his baby mama saying, "Oh yeah, she got some melanin. Look, and then he posts his kids all the time. And where, let me see a good example. So he's posted all of that, and that's why he's like, okay, yeah, I got my kids, and this is my baby mama, and blah 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 blah. So then he posts his, his little girl doing a little dance. Um, the renegade, whatever. But not so much Drake. Okay. Um, right. Drake is half black and half Jewish. Or so, what shoes does a man supposed to be wearing to get this energy? To get the energy. It's not about the shoes, it's about the symbolism in the photos. When they have on the white shoes or white clothing, they're ready to receive something that they don't have yet. Then after that, they'll post a picture of themselves in very colorful clothing with shoes of color. That means they got their blessing, or they got their advancement, or they got their sprinkle, sprinkle, or whatever. They got their, you know, whatever the industry is going to give them for pushing this. And it also means they got their level up in their, however they level themselves up as far as rank, status, money, I don't know, influence, who knows. But I'm just telling you that it means that they're not going to receive anything if they're still wearing the white shoes, or if they're receiving the white shoes but don't have any influence yet. So this is code in a lot of these photos that you see. Um, right. Just watch the Foot Locker commercial, greatest day ever, greatest week ever, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just pay attention to the type of shoes that they're getting. The shoes are very important. The shoes represent your lower chakra, or the gifts that are your spiritual gifts that are being bestowed upon you. So just the names of the shoes, and a lot of things like there's just pay close attention to the names of the shoes, the colors of the shoes. Foot Locker, lock. This is you're locked down in this shoe. This is what you're going to be representing. So it's very, very, very telling. And if you watch the end of that video, everyone's running out of the city, right? The city represents who runs things. The city represents the throne, who running things. And like in the Jay-Z video, who's gonna run this town tonight? We are. Yeah, I said it. We are. So everybody's leaving the city in that Foot Locker commercial because it's the end of the world. And then you have all these people that are looting and stealing shoes and stuff and getting theirs, whatever, whatever. And then you have this one dude at the end just walking into the city, and nobody's walking in because everyone's distracted with, getting shoes and clothes and just, looting. But the only one that's walking in to run it is with this mixed dude, right? So he's walking in. He's like, "Well, I'm finna run it then," because everybody else is trying to leave or on their way out or distracted by this and that. So it's kind of like when Thoth steals the crown or the throne from Heru, because they're fighting over there with Set and Isis. He's like, "Well, I'm just gonna take the throne," and he sits right on the throne, and that's just what it is when everyone else is distracted, fighting amongst other people or each other, and not paying attention to the throne will be stolen. So that's the message that's getting put out right now. And I wanted to do this video on this channel specifically, and I'm almost done, to put that out there because people were saying, don't care what people think, don't care about the backlash, don't care about how upset it makes people. If you want to say it, you got to say it, da, 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 because it will help or whatever. But that's just what they're pushing. That's the agenda, to push you into your greatness or to push you into your own dissension. It's the choice is basically up to you and how you view yourself and how you control yourself. That's it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Why does my daughter have a big J nose? What's that, a Jackson nose? Because she's black. Her father's black. Okay. Like Beyonce said, she like her Negro nose with Jackson 5 nostrils. Okay. Mhm. Do I decode Lizzie crazy antics? Lizzo? No, I don't control. I don't. She's like the buffoon. She's like the buffoon of them. Like that's who represents you at this time. That's who's popular. That's what's popping right now. Beyonce or her or Rihanna. Where do you fit in? Who do you want to be when you grow up? You know what I'm saying? So, mhm. Just think about it. Like, just think about it for a second. I don't hate her. I mean, I have nothing against Lizzo, but she's put there for a purpose. Right. Mhm. Mhm. Right, right. And the point is not to take anything personal. Don't take nothing personal. If somebody wants to see you upset and you give that to them, what are you doing? Being controlled, you know? Stop being controlled. If I can control you through your emotions and you have the throne, then I control the throne and I don't even have the throne. You see what I'm saying? If your emotions are standing in your way and your level of self-love and self-respect stand in the way, if someone gives you some power and you can't even control your own emotions, that means someone else controls you, which means they control the power that you are given. So they can't give it to someone unbalanced. I too. Balance yourself. If you're going to write something on social media, make it balanced. If you're going to respond to something on video, make it balanced. If you're going to present an idea, make sure it's not out of emotion. You know, this is how people elect candidates. Are they emotional? Are they easily triggered? Do they act crazy like Donald Trump? They're showing Donald Trump as well. Like, you know, can you be controlled because you're not in control of self? Yes, you can. So, they want to take him off the throne. They want to impeach because he can't control. You see? So, it's the same thing being told in many different ways. If you can't control yourself, then we don't want you on a throne. Okay. So, hmm. So, this has to be conditioned out just as it was conditioned in. Um, so this has to be conditioned out just as it was pushed in, and that is up to you to look at the mirror and fix that which needs to be fixed. And they're not going to come out and tell you in a roundabout way. They're just going to let it sink in subconsciously and torture you before you wake up, you know, until you keep asking the questions why? You know, and I'll say this on my other channel, people treat you how you treat yourself. That's it. That's why. Think about that. People treat you like you treat yourself. And mhm, right. It doesn't matter. Um, my daughter's name means the lady of the throne. Good for that's a good name. Yeah, a lot of people won't do the self reflection. They will always look for people to blame. or things to point out or other people's fault for, no matter whose fault it is, no matter how upset you are, if you are a true master of self, now listen, if you are a true master of self, you will look within and take full accountability and correct it. Even if you don't feel like you're in the wrong or it's your fault, you will still take upon that and improve upon it just in case, so that there are no questions. You see? So that's what is being done. Alchemy, pushing you to the next level until you get there, until you figure it out, until you're awake enough to observe and get the message. hmm Um, they're going to show you all your favorite artists, or they're going to show you all the top influential um, people in the industry, and they're going to show you them with different types of women other than you, and that you're not on the throne, and that you're not being held on a high accord. And they're going to make you upset so that you are, you get upset enough to take the throne, or to, you know do the work that it takes to receive the throne. And like I said earlier, which is why they put all of the beauty queens, Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss Teen, whatever, as women of color, Black women. They did that for a reason, because they want you to see yourself in those positions. But you got to earn it on a grand scale. Because if you think about it, just because they won the beauty pageants didn't change anything. It didn't change how you're viewed. It didn't change, what type of image that you still have, or haven't gotten rid of yet, as far as social media is concerned. It didn't change anything. It just supposed to make you see the possibility, or the goal, or whatever. But still, it's not enough. It has to be pushed by yourselves. It has to be a collective effort. It has to be a whole level up thing. That's why I have my other channel. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kayla Nicole Sprinkle Sprinkle. This is a great video. Thank you. Fatty to Batty TV. So will it be wrong if I lighten my skin because I feel these other women aren't playing fair at all? It has nothing to do with your skin tone. You see, if they wanted a light skinned person on the throne, which obviously Beyonce is on the throne, Cardi is on the throne, Nicki Minaj is on the throne, all these women that they're holding up on a high pedestal is already on the throne. That they wanted a light skin, if they wanted to push you to a certain level, they wouldn't want you on the throne. You wouldn't even be being bothered. People don't bother and mess with that in which is not powerful, or that in which is not, to be motivated. The point is, you have to take the throne. Remember what Beyonce said? Well, I had to take it. I had to take my success. I couldn't wait for people to give it to me. I had to take it. So when you take something, you don't wait around for someone to approve it. You just come in and take it. That's it. There's nothing in your way except yourself. And the point is, you got to come and take it. Which means you got to do the work, which means whoever you're dethroning, you have to have put in the work, right? Janet Black Diamond, exactly. She's back on tour. So you have to take it. There's no way around it. No one's going to give anything. They're just going to see if you are willing to do the work that requires to be on a throne. That's it. Right. Yeah. Chris Brown got his. Yes. Um, Whoever was asking about the shoes. So And they show you over and over and over on TV, over and over and over, again and again and again, that no one plays fair. You got to take your crown. So to lighten your skin would not be taking the crown. You know what I'm saying? It would just be, not doing the work. Hmm. You got to have some support. Yourself. No, yourself. Who has, you have to support yourself because, like, a lot of people don't um, get support. They support themselves. Look, that's why they always tell the stories. That's why they always tell their stories. Like, I had to do this and I had to do that. I had to scam people and get drug, like Cardi B. I had to drug man and rob and scam, and I had to be a stripper and all this kind. She said she had to do all that crazy stuff to get to the level that she was at, to even get on certain, shows or whatever. That's that's how bad she wanted a throne, obviously. And I'm not saying to go and do those things, but they add that into the story, into the mix, to show that it was not given. It was, she was doing what she had to do. I don't know. Thank you, Daniela Sprinkle Sprinkle. Um, right. Wife is queen on a throne in what other ways? Desirable, well, well desired, and invokes passion within that husband type figure. Widely respected. Okay, widely respected, desired, and invokes passion within the husband. So we're talking about this also in society as well. So a lot of women are saying, well, why don't we see more representation of, a darker skinned woman, or a black woman, or this type of woman. I mean, you can even say that with Asian women. So why don't we see more representation? Why don't our men marry, women that look like them, and A, B, C, and D? It's because of this wife thing. Are you desirable as a wife? Are you widely respected? Are you do you invoke passion? Do you have do you make and allow men to desire you on a certain level and general? You can't give the throne to a group if the group is not on the same accord. Okay. So if you've noticed, there's been a lot of improving. A lot of women are doing a lot better. They're not walking around looking crazy anymore, wearing bonnets and stuff, and in public in pajamas, and you know, uh, that's good. And they're not doing, a lot of the things that we used to see, because they see now that beauty is power, respect is power. Leveling up has its perks. So in the spiritual aspect, it also has its perks to be well respected and represented. Because how are you supposed to become a goddess, or to your goddess status, if no one respects or desires that individual goddess? Who's going to worship you? So you have to worship yourself first. You have to become a goddess within first, and you have to get your mental, your esteem level up to that of a goddess as well, before anyone else will see it in you. So that means taking the best care of yourself, putting yourself first as a priority, being respectable, being desirable, invoking passion in others. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's very easy, but it takes work, and it takes self reflection, and it takes accountability. And once you can do all of those things, the throne, of course, is still there and to claim forever. Okay. Hmm. All the married people I know are miserable. Yeah, but somebody married them. Somebody desired them. Somebody put a ring on it. Somebody signed a contract with it. And somebody, uh, exactly. Okay. Just because they're miserable doesn't take away the value. Think about it. Just because you're miserable, it doesn't take away your value. That's up to you. each individual person is responsible for their own happiness. Right. So if let's just say, you know, you remain angry or not doing the most, not doing the work, and the agenda remains being pushed, and you remain being, um, put out there and done dirty, and because everybody sees it, everybody sees it, everybody knows it, everybody sees it, everybody's mad about it. But what is going to be done? You're waiting on other people. This supposed to be yourself that makes the difference and the changes and takes the throne. You know what I mean? Not supposed to be anybody else. Um, if someone's already on the throne, then how can someone else give it to you? You have to take it. That's how it works. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to my other channel now. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thumbs up if you appreciate this information. I know I'm going to get a lot of thumbs down because people hate the truth and they don't like looking in the mirror and they don't like accountability. That's okay. I did what I did for those who did. I don't I don't do this for those who don't listen and don't want to improve. I do this for those who do. So if you have something to say, because I know a lot of you are, I don't care. It ain't my throne. It ain't my throne. So the point is, don't blame anybody else. Go do the work individually. If everyone go and do the work individually, then everyone will be doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. You don't need to come and meet about it. Just go do it and then come back. Say, okay, we did it. It starts with yourself, not complaining in a group. Okay. Just understand this. You don't get nowhere being angry and complaining, but you get somewhere if you go and do the work and then come back. You see? Um, so that's what you're supposed to do. Not complain, not be mad, not angry, not ask 1,000 million questions. Go do the work and then return and see what happens. That's all you can do. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.